Spooky Redditpasta. Door by username Alarma2007. It was 11 PM and I was in bed. Mum had left urgently to visit a lady who just had a baby, and my sister was out with her boyfriend. I, however, was sitting in front of the TV in my room, stuffing myself with crisps. I watched the TV for a few hours, then I fell asleep. I woke up to the sound of knocking. The TV was still on. I turned it off and went to the hallway to check if it was my mum or my sister. "Honey, I'm home," Mum said cheerily as I approached the door. "Aunt Mabel's baby is so cute. You should see the photos I'd taken of him." I looked through the peephole because her voice sounded a little off. It was Mum alright, but something about her, something just gave me goosebumps. Maybe it was her flawless complexion, or maybe it was her eyes, which seemed a bit bigger than usual, or maybe it was simply my imagination. I stood staring into the peephole, and Mum stared right back. She then frowned and exclaimed, "Well, what are you waiting for? Open the door, it's freezing out here." Don't you have your keys?" I asked, shivering. You took them before you left." Mum coughed and said, "I think I left them in your aunt's house. Quickly, Alex, open the door." I looked at her unusual appearance. For some reason, it felt like this wasn't my mother. I'm probably being ridiculous, I thought to myself. For the last time, I looked through the peephole again. Maybe it was a problem with my eyesight, but now everything seemed dark and grey behind the door. Mum stood staring at me with her very big eyes, and she seemed to be getting paler. Then she smiled, a very crooked, creepy smile. "Hey," I asked quietly through the door. "Yes, dear?" she replied in a sweet voice. "How do I know you're my mother?" There was a silence. My heart started thudding and my legs trembling. Mum sighed outside the door. "Of course I'm your mother. Who else would it be, Alex? Sometimes I think your video games affect you. Open the door now. Stop being silly," she said firmly. Mum, I don't play video games." "Alex, stop this nonsense. Let me in." I'm not opening the door." "Are you serious? It's my own house. Let me in right this instant, and your sister will be here any minute," said Mama. "Fine, I'll text her," I said. There was another quick silence. Mum tried to open the door. I locked it twice. She struggled and looked at me through the peephole. I texted my sister, "Hey, Raffia, Mother came home." After several minutes of Mum or whatever the thing was outside the door yelling at me to open it, my sister messaged back. "Mum is with me right now. Are you okay?"